For some of you, it will be your last month ever as a Cardigan student. For others, it will be the last month of your being a faculty or staff member at Cardigan. This final month, just 4 weeks, may culminate years of experience of life and love and growth here in this particular place. I encourage you to think about that for a minute. To check in with your inner self and see, how do you feel about the fact that there is only 1 month left? One thing I feel certain about is that if we put off this kind of reflection until the end of the month, it will be too late. My guess is that there is a range of feelings. Excitement for some that we're nearing the end. There's panic for others. How am I going to get everything I need to get done in the length of time? Maybe some sadness about thinking of leaving a place. For others, maybe some sick and tiredness and just plain doneness. And even fear. And for the most of us, I would guess that we are feeling all of these feelings, all of these emotions, to one extent or another. We find ourselves all together here in a season where we're about to embark in new directions. It can be scary to leave the familiarity of the known for the uncertainty of the unknown. It can also be very daunting to face the feelings associated with leaving friends and teachers and colleagues with whom we have shared so much of our lives here. Now, why am I bringing this up a whole month before the end of school? Not just because I think things are going to start going faster and we'll run out of time. I'm asking you to think about your feelings around leaving now so that you can be sure to take the time to leave well. I want to make sure that when you say goodbye, you will have a good bye. But believe it or not, it will take some effort on your part. And that's because leaving can be much harder than you think. Especially when you're feeling burned out, or hurt, or disappointed. It's tempting to leave in a rush, to tell ourselves that we can't wait to get out of here, away from these people, to leave it all behind and never look back. But giving in to that temptation is a very big mistake. Because leaving with bad feelings, with brokenness, and unfinished business only makes your heart hurt deeper. To leave well takes courage and humility. And this is a safe place to develop and practice those character traits. It means taking the time to say thank you to those who have helped us, or been patient with us, or been impatient with us when the need arose. It involves leaving this place better than we found it. Maybe it involves apologizing for something that may have happened months ago. Or perhaps letting yourself shed an honest tear instead of denying the emotions that you may feel. Only you know what you need to do in the coming weeks to leave well. How we say goodbye, though, how we say goodbye says a lot about our integrity, a lot about who we are. A goodbye honors those who have been part of our lives and ensures that we create ties that will last, in some cases, a lifetime. Leaving well is hard work because it involves a degree of vulnerability, and that is scary. But as John Wayne said, courage is being scared to death and saddling up anyway. And what that means is that if you're inclined to apologize for someone for having acted like a jerk at some point, but you're afraid that your apology might be rejected or laughed off, do it anyway. Be bigger than your fear. If you're inclined to write a note of thanks to a special teacher or a coach but are afraid that it might be interpreted as you're trying to kind of get in your teacher's good graces right before the grades are due, push away that fear and do it anyway. If your friend is feeling disenchanted and says things like, "Why should we care? We are out of here anyway," keep in mind that he is exhibiting a very common, very predictable way of coping, of trying to escape the difficult but important work of leaving well. And whatever you do, don't buy into it. Your well-being is at stake as well. And so now that you know that it's coming, you'll be better able to spot it for what it is. And then, as I say, for your own well-being and for your friends, refuse to let yourself get pulled into that self-defeating behavior and bring your friend along. Kind of like we said, don't leave anybody behind. If the man goes overboard, bring him back on board. The goal for all of us is to leave, whether for the summer or for a whole new chapter in your lives, with grace and with gratitude, with your shoulders squared and your head held high. We can start the process of leaving well. Even when we leave this chapel, I know that there are things that we have to run to, we have to skittle to that and scoot to that. But before you do, shake those 3 hands for Cardigan. Take a minute to enjoy what we have while we still have the time to do it. Many things are happening all around us now that are requiring uncommon courage. And so that is going to be our theme for this week. I'm pleased to welcome today our chapel assistants, Miles Shepard and Eric Lee, and also Mr. Clark, who will all be offering their reflections on the subject. But first of all, please join me in welcoming William Chow, who has summoned up the courage to offer our gift of music today.